Hey, what's up, man? Listen, everybody wants a healthy marriage, but few people talk about the battles that come with it. Now, marriage is not just about love and laughter, which some may seem to think. It's also about late night conversations, forgiveness, and fighting for each other when things get hard. Today, I'm honored to be joined by the Hayward family, who you may have seen on Instagram or other different parts of social media, encouraging couples with wisdom and transparency about what real marriage looks like. We're going to talk about the beauty and the battles, how to celebrate the highs, how to push through the lows, and how to build a marriage that lasts. So, without any hesitation, we're going to welcome to the stage none other than the Hayward family. How's it going, guys?
Hey,
Hey, it's going
hey,
good.
it's going good.
That's what's up. Y'all had that live energy. Is this always how it is, or is it just for TV?
I mean, we're pretty. I would say, yeah, we're pretty. Like, we're always laughing. Yeah, we're pretty. Yeah, I say we're pretty live all the time.
This is what it is.
Yeah.
That's what's up. That's good to know because that means it's going to be very energetic as we move throughout. So, getting started, like, how did you two meet, and what made you want to build a life together?
So we actually met through a mutual friend. It was kind of crazy because she had known the friend for like how long? For
Since we were two.
since they were like two. I'd only known the friend for like probably about 3 or 4 years, but we never met each other. That was the crazy thing. Even though we both were around this friend, she had
Yeah.
to get she had to get together. I went, I saw her. I was like, man, she's beautiful. She's a baddie. Um, and I couldn't muster up the courage to actually really like try to ask for a number or anything. So she left, and I slid in them DMs.
Slim.
And I was like, hey, you're really beautiful. We should hang out. And then yeah, she she wooed me 3 times. She three different times I asked
Stood
her.
him up.
She stood me up 3 different times. I asked her to go on a date 3 different times. She stood me up. On the fourth time, I was like, if she stands me up this time, I'm done. Like I'm done. But she didn't. We went on a date that fourth time, and really, I mean, the rest is history. We dated for 8 months, got married, been married for 10 years now.
Oh, that's what's up. Congratulations to the 10 years, to the decade.
Thank you.
Thank you, thank you.
Absolutely. So, from your perspective, Miss Lady, tell me about your perspective because there's always two sides to
Yeah.
to the story. As I'm very
Yeah.
aware.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's his story. So, what's yours?
Yeah. Well, I had got invited to one of my old friends who I haven't seen in a long time. She was having a get together, like he said. And I came not expecting to meet anybody. I really was just like coming to hang out. And then I sat next to Jacob, and he had me like cracking up the whole night. But I didn't think nothing about it because I was not in the mindset of looking for a man or anything. So I was just like, that dude was funny. And I went on about my day or my night. And then I get an inbox from him saying, hey, I want to take you on a date. And I was like, a date? Like, I haven't been on a date in like, I can't even remember how long. Like,
Yeah.
really, nobody had ever asked me to go on a like official like date like that.
Yeah.
So I was like, this is kind of weird, which is a whole
It's
nother.
weird somebody asks you on a date. That
Yeah,
is,
I was like, nobody ever actually asked me on like a real date, which is a whole nother story. He asked me on a date, and I stood him up 3 times, like he said. And then on the third time, I was like, okay, I'll go out with him because he was persistent, and I actually really liked that. Like, he was really trying to pursue me. So I said yes on the third day, and like he said, the rest is history. We hung out, had great conversation, and he swept me off my feet.
listen. So the question that I would ask is, what made you want to be so persistent to a stand up? Like three strikes typically is out. But I'm assuming you're playing a different game. So kind of help us understand why did you pursue in such a way?
Man, so you know what? That's actually nobody's ever actually asked me that before.
This is what I do.
Hey, let's get it. So I would say there's two things. One, so just like my personality, I'm like one of those people that I don't give up, or at least I don't give up easily. Like once I decide I'm going after something, I'm going to continue to go after it until I get the result I want. Almost like a get rich or die trying type thing, you know, like I'm gonna get what I'm after, or I'm gonna like die trying. Like that's just I'm a fighter. So that's part of it. Was that like she stood me up? I'm like, oh, okay, well, shoot, well, let's try this again. The other part of it was I was at a point in my life where I was being very picky. Which we just said on one of our recent reels. I said, well, you know, when you're picking, be picky, you know, like when you're picking your spouse or whatever. Mm-hmm. So because I was very picky, like when I met her, it wasn't like I had 10 options floating around. Like I had disqualified a lot of women.
You had a lot of options.
No, well, there was options out there, but I had like disqualified a lot of them. And so when I met her, I was like, I don't really like, I was like, I'm really interested in her. And so her turning me down 1, 2, even 3 times was like, I was like, no, but there might be something here. Like maybe there's something here because I'm really interested in this one. She seemed really cool at the get together we had. And I did. The interesting thing is like, man, God is good because like when I asked her out the 4th time, and it was on the 4th time when she said yes, it was the 4th. It was the 4th. So when I asked her out on the 4th time, it was funny. So that day I'd actually got laid off from my job when I asked her. So I got laid off from my job, and I was at a different point in my life. I was younger. I was still living with my mom. So losing my job wasn't as big of a deal as it would be like today. But I lost my job. I had $100 to my name. I'm like, I'll get a different job. But I had $100 to my name, and I'm like, if she don't go out today after I got laid off, like I'm gonna spend my last little bit of change on this date. Like I'm like, she better come or else I'm done. And so I prayed. I told God, I was like, yeah, if she stand me up a 4th time, I'm out. I'm done. Like I'm like, everybody has their breaking point, right? I was like, I'm done. But she showed up, and I was like, all right, cool. And I'm glad she did, because it was literally life changing. But yeah, that's the 2 reasons. I'll say like I'm a fighter, and she just really seemed. I was like, I didn't want to let this one go so easily, if that makes sense. I was like, she was, to me in my mind, she was worth the fight.
That's good. So why would you be okay with him being so persistent? Because some ladies see that as being creepy, right? Is that fair to say?
Yeah, no, you good. Yeah.
Okay. So, but what made you be like, okay, I like his persistence versus somebody else that would have been coming off maybe a different way?
Well, I did like the way that he was funny, and I could tell like when we were there together, he was trying to make me laugh.
How did you know that? How do you know he was trying to make you laugh?
I could just tell like some of the jokes that he was saying, and he was sitting close to me, and he kept looking over at me.
Okay. So so you knew that. Is that true that the jokes were catered towards her?
Oh yeah, definitely for sure.
Hold on 1 second. Sorry.
No worries. So when you're telling me these jokes, so what is going through your mind? Are you trying to impress her, or you just knew that you liked her? Like, what was that about?
So I was definitely trying to impress her for sure. So because everybody has their thing, like
yes.
Some, like one dude might have a really nice car, and maybe he's trying to maybe he's gonna work his car into the conversation or try to get the woman to look at his car, like. Or it might be their money, it might be their charisma. Like for me, I knew that like my superpower, so to speak, was my ability to make people laugh. And so I was really kind of like showing out, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm trying to that was my way of like almost like a peacock, showing his feathers.
Yeah.
Like that was my way of being like, hey, like, I'm a cool dude. Like you should maybe, get to know me. So yeah, I was definitely wanting her to laugh. I was definitely wanting her to laugh. And also somebody told me, I don't even remember who, somebody told me if you can make a woman laugh, like genuinely laugh, kind of like how like they say like the way to a man's heart is through his stomach. Like somebody told me, and I don't know if it's true. I mean, she could like, but somebody told me that like if you can get a woman to laugh, like that kind of softens their heart and kind of gives you an end. So I was definitely trying to make her laugh because of that. You know, I'm like, she's cute. If I can get her to laugh, and like in the past, if I thought a chick was cute and I tried to make her laugh and she didn't, I'd be like, well, that's not going to happen. I can just go somewhere else. So I was like, so I'm throwing jokes out like, is she going to laugh? Oh, she is. Okay, well, then maybe I got a shot.
We definitely had good chemistry.
Really? That's what's up. So you had good chemistry, but you didn't want to let him, you stood him up.
Yes.
I'm just trying to connect dots.
Hey, it's like, what?
We did. I had just become a Christian.
Okay.
And I was really just trying to focus on my walk with God. So I seriously, like, even the women around me was like, I can't wait for a husband. I was like, I'm just good. Like, I was just honestly good. I'm in my single walk, and I really wasn't looking for a man or anything, which is just kind of crazy how he just popped up.
That's typically how you find your keys. You know what I'm saying? Like when you're not looking. You're looking very hard, and you can't find, you don't know where they are, and then you stop, and then you find them. You know
exactly.
I like that.
That makes sense.
When that literally happened to us.
That's what it sounded like, because if you wasn't looking, but however God was preparing, because at some point you probably thought that you wanted to be married, it just wasn't a priority at that time. Is that fair to say?
Actually, no.
Okay. So you didn't want to be married?
No, I had never really thought about marriage until I actually hung out with him.
I saw that video. You said that.
Yeah, and that's true. I never, even as a little girl, you know how like girls dream of like marriage and who they're gonna. That just wasn't me. I don't know. I have no clue why. That just wasn't me. I never thought about marriage until I met him, and I was like, oh wait, I could actually see myself marrying this man. So he did something.
That's big time. That's big time right there. If you can get a woman to change her mind and make her laugh. You know what I'm saying? My late wife Jen, how we met, we was at college, right? And I remember I had accidentally bumped into her when we was at this meeting, and she gave me this little scowl or whatever. You know how, I mean, she was a freshman though, so she didn't, and I had already graduated, so I was comfortable in the area. She wasn't, you know, because it's new. She had only been there 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Well, me, because I was as arrogant as I was, when we left, I was like, I was with my boys, and I said, you know what, that girl right there thought I was trying to holler at her. That's what I said, right? And I ended up getting a number somehow, but she never did call me, right? And so I ended up seeing her again like 2 or 3 weeks later at the comedy, a talent show at our school, right? But I'm thinking, I wasn't even thinking. I was upset that she, you know, I didn't even know she was gonna be there. So I was upset that she had stood me up, so to speak, right? And so I just I started scoring on all the people that was in the talent show because they were bad, you know. And so she then at that point in time asked me, "Can I get your number again?" I'm like, "Why would I do that?" You know what I'm saying? So when I hear you say that you went that many times, you know, that's really dope. And then in the well, obviously she ended up becoming my wife, but that's how it kind of started. Her perspective was different. She said her dad had told her don't talk to no boys. Right? Her perspective. And I wasn't even trying to holler at her. I just accidentally bumped into her. From her perspective, she thought I did it intentionally. But nevertheless, that's that. And then with Kendra, I met her through social media, causing controversy. Like I was causing the controversy because I had said, and I've been known for making very bold statements before on Facebook. And so I was saying something, some lady was talking about where all the good men in Dallas or something like that. And I said, you know, if you weren't dressed like that, you probably would find
dang.
Yeah, I said that. Yeah. And so I went on my own post. What would you say?
I said the truth is the truth, though.
Oh, okay. Well, every woman don't want to hear that, right? And so I went on my own post and I said, women, if you want a top type guy, then the way that you dress is going to be it's going to matter to who it is. And so Kendra, she got on it on my thread, and she started talking about, well, it must be someone with your algorithm that you get this, you seeing all these type of women. But anyway, so we back and forth 11 times on the thread, right? We're gonna get back to y'all. I'm just telling you how we met, right?
No, you good.
Okay, and so then I said, I hit her in the back chat because I said, I mean, we seem to be, I thought she was coming for me, but it seemed like she was just trying to have a dialogue. And so I said, it sounds like we're actually understanding each other. We just disagreeing on some points. So I said, can I hit you in the back chat? You know, and she said, yes. No, and no, I said, I would like to get to know you. Can we talk offline? That's what I said. So I hit her in the back chat. She, in my perspective, she ghosted me, right? But she said she was just busy. Okay. If you're on your phone all the time, you're not. Most of us are on our phone a lot. You're not was. So it was like a day or so, and then I hit her back again. I'm kind of persistent like you, Jacob, and she said yes, and I said, when you want to talk, talk now, and we've never not talked since then.
Oh wow!
So,
wow!
So
that was our little love story, if you will.
Wow.
So, yeah, so it's been really interesting to say the least, you know. So my question to you would be, like, I remember this video that y'all did about expectations of marriage. So looking back, what did you expect marriage to be versus what it really is?
You could go first.
Yeah. I mean, so it's kind of tough because we are 10 years in, so it's kind of tough, like, putting myself back in that mindset. But honestly, like, I think I didn't come in with like a ton of expectations. Like, my only expectation was really, like I say online, the pow, pow, pow. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That was like my only expectation. Or that was a primary thing for me. I was like, this needs to be happening.
That was like my thing. Facts. That's how you feel.
Yeah. So, and I mean, the marriage.
So you did have an expectation. It just was one.
Yeah, it was one. So I guess my expectation was, it was just really simple. But I think men are simple that way, you know. But absolutely. Yeah, I mean, that was like my expectation. Really, I was like, this needs to be happening a lot.
I feel you. I'm with you right there. Okay, Miss Tracy shaking her head. Listen, we shooting the breeze. We just been keeping 100. Yeah. And also for women, because I think about 30 to 40% of women watch this show out of the people that do watch. And one of the things that one lady talked to me about was that she watched the show and gained a lot of knowledge to be able to hear how real men communicate and understand or what it is that they're going through and how they are looking at women. So saying that is very, very good for women to know. This is what I teach. I said, women, and I think y'all can attest to this too. I said, if you don't close your legs, you lose your leverage. Because the guys when he approaches you, his mindset is to have sex with you. Right? It may not be right then, but the reason why he approaches you is because he's attracted to you sexually.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. No, that's right.
And so I try to tell him, I said, once you give that over, especially if it's before marriage, then the guy will operate differently. You know, and it's just what it is, you know. So
that's good stuff, man. Yeah. Like that's good stuff for women to hear.
Yeah.
It's good for men to hear. Like that. That's good, man. I like that a lot.
Yeah, I appreciate that. And so what about you, Miss Tracy? What was your expectation? Was it the pow pow like he's talking about?
Absolutely not.
I didn't think so. So what was your perspective?
I would say I was coming into the marriage with a pretty open mind. And at the time I was 21. So like I was super young and my whole life before that was just fun. So honestly, I was just like, me and my husband are about to get married and we're about to have fun. Like that's literally what I thought.
That's what's up. So that maybe would you say that that would be good for women that are seeking marriage to not have a lot of have expectations but don't have so many concrete ones? Is that or would
Yes.
you just say that's just you, that's something that worked for you, or would you tell women that?
Um, I don't
Does that
know.
make
That's
sense what I'm asking? Like,
Yeah, that's a good question because now that I'm 10 years in, I probably would have asked him more questions,
okay.
but I was so young, like where do you want to go in life? Like how many kids do you want to have? But I didn't ask any of those questions just because in the black community, to be honest, I never seen like a healthy marriage. My mom was married, but her marriages weren't really healthy.
Mm,
I would say so. I didn't know what to look for in a man. So I'm a little bit mixed on that question. Like I would say yes and no. I would say like have expectations, but don't have them be so tight, because I did have friends who were like, my man needs to have this and this, and they were writing down lists, the girls that I was hanging out with, and it was like strict lists. And I was like, I don't think it's that serious to have a list of like 10 things that a man absolutely needs to have.
mm. How many would you say should be on the list?
I would say like maybe your top 3.
Okay, so walk with me with some good top threes.
I would say like, does he have a plan for you guys' future?
Okay.
I would say kids, like if he wants kids or not.
Okay.
And then I would say like, what's your, one of them I would say is what's your religion, and like, how do you plan to lead me
Spiritually.
That is phenomenal. Those are some very phenomenal questions. So from your perspective, Jacobs, how did you come to the point of, wanting her to be your wife? Like what was some of the characteristics that you saw in her that was like, I think she wifey material, beyond the fact that at the first time you just, you were just liking her because you was attracted to her? How did that transition take place?
So the biggest thing for me, first and foremost, was the faith. I'm like, this woman loves Jesus. And for me, like, that was the primary.
That's good.
Like, that was the primary thing, was that I had experienced relationships with women who weren't believers, and it was terrible. And so I was like, that was really big for me. And so seeing that, I mean, that by itself, like, that probably made me 95% sure. I'm like, if she got that, I'm thinking everything else will work itself out. Like, if she is a true, like, if she truly is a follower of Jesus, like, everything else will work itself out. That's how I was thinking. And like the other 5% is probably just like attraction. So it's like, I just like, so I was just like, for me, I'm a very, and I've said this before, and I'll so I'm like reiterating, like, and I think it's kind of men in general, but especially for me, like, I'm very simple. I'm very simple. I don't want to have a list of 100 things. Like, oh, well, for me to marry you, you got to have these 100. Like, it's too complicated. It's like you'll never get married if you move like that. Like, I'm just very simple. I'm like, dude, she loved Jesus. She fine. Like, what else? Like, everything else will figure itself out.
If she's gonna be a good mother, you said, listen, she loved Jesus, so I know she's gonna figure this out.
Yes, I'm like, okay. she gonna figure it out.
That's crazy. Because what if I couldn't cook? What if I didn't want to have kids?
That boy just put all his chips in the basket.
Yes, we did.
Listen,
I guess we both did, which is crazy. Like, we both really didn't think about like, what does life look like 10 years down the road or 15? Like, we was just literally like, you're attractive, you're cute, you love Jesus, let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
Yes, that's our story.
Yeah,
that's really good though. That's really good. I think that is a very good launching pad, because you want to be able to grow with your partner inside the marriage, right? Of course, you want to have that courting phase and whatnot, but there's just something about being able to walk together So
Yes.
from
Yeah.
so what's been the most rewarding part of marriage for you both?
Whew. Oh man,
Oh wow.
that's tough because it's been so rewarding. Like I would say, man, it's hard to pick one thing. I would
Well, you give me
say,
two.
okay, I'll give you two. I'll give you two, and they're intertwined. So I
Okay.
would say having a life partner that you're on the same page with, like just like a best friend. It's like
Mm,
she's like my best friend, but like, and then even more than that, you know.
okay.
Um,
Well, she got your kids, my guy.
yeah, that's exactly. Typically, you don't have kids with your best friend. I mean, typically, but
I'm just saying you said more than that. So
yeah. So it's like having this partnership. Sorry,
Sorry, one of our
hey,
kids are
I
screaming.
understand. I got 4 of them. I'm very
I'm
screaming.
sorry.
But
Yeah.
having a partner that's like your everything, that like you're just so like it makes life so sweet.
okay.
Okay. And then she'll answer when she comes back. But
Yeah.
just it makes life so sweet when like you have like this partner to go through life with,
Yeah.
that you're on the same page with. Because when you talked about the launching pad, like we did have a very simple launching pad, and then we grew and evolved together, and that was the dope thing, is that like we've grown and evolved together, and we're continuing to grow and evolve together.
Yeah.
We jumped in young, and we've just grown and evolved like at the same time together. So just having that best friend, and like you said, and even more than that, just that partner, and then creating life with that partner. I would say those two things together, like that crazy bond with that partner, and then creating life with them, and like
Yeah.
actually seeing these lives like grow and develop personalities. And it's just, I mean, that is super rewarding. And I mean, I could probably honestly list 100 things, but if I had to pick two of probably the most rewarding, I would say it's those, like just that best friend partner, and then creating life with them.
That's what's up. So when you talking about creating life, are you talking about the pow pow? Because
Yeah.
like that was top of your list. So,
yeah. I mean, because the pow pow pow, it does it creates
it does create life.
It can. And I
Listen,
tell
I'm
you
not
what,
gonna
man,
forget
like,
it because that's what you say.
yeah, right.
Because I've never heard somebody describe it as such, so it sticks out in a major way. So, but that's what's up. I like that you have that for y'all. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it's so then so for me, I think the most rewarding. I can attest to that. The rewarding part for me is, I think what comes to mind is like seeing how God really wants us to be as husbands. Because we'll talk about it here shortly, but because there are trials and tribulations that take place in a marriage, right? Whether it's communication, whether it's finances, whether it's sex, like whatever, like there's going to be something. And what I've been understanding is how I have to be as the man. I have to literally be like Christ when I'm loving. You know what I'm saying? And that is what she should be looking towards past me, right to him. And so that has been, I think that my growth has come in the marriage, becoming a better person as it relates to my faith, and how I see God being a heavenly, being the bridegroom, but then also how he is as a father as well. So that's been that for me. That's been the most rewarding. Obviously, there are others, and we can talk about those at any time. But Tracy, what about you? What's been some of the most rewarding parts of marriage?
I would say the most rewarding for me is the growth that I have experienced as a person, and him too. Like, but he has made me like mature so much and just become the best version of myself over these last 10 years. Like I have grown so much, it doesn't even like make sense. Like the person who I am right now today, I was not that person when I was 21. Like I was wild, I was chaotic, and not that I was like in a bad way, but like he has like calmed me down just a little bit, you know, and just like through Christ, he has helped my character like just become better. I don't know how to describe it. Like just my thought process, like I used to be really negative. I used to always think like negative things, and he's way more positive. So being with him, my thinking is just way more positive now.
That's good. So the growth that you've experienced is positive thinking. And how did you get to that point, Jacob? Of how do you think you did that for her? Get her into a positive thinking mode versus a negative.
Well,
or do you even know that you was doing it?
Well, I would say there was definitely intention there, and I would say first and foremost, I got to give glory to God. I can't do anything without Him. I'm not great without Him. So, but I would be intentional and just like kind of like challenge her thinking, like if it's raining, you know, it's like, oh, this is terrible. It's raining outside. It's like, well, yeah, but you know, the rain helps the plants grow. You know, it's like, or the rain, like we've been in a drought, so we need the moisture, and it's fun to play in the rain. You know, it's like just trying to help her to see things from a different angle. And I've also told her, like, you know, you're gonna make your blood pressure high. You're gonna make
you gave us some practical things.
Yeah, I'm like, you're gonna jack your body up if you're always like, no matter what life hands you, if you're always like, this is what's wrong with it. It's like, I just think it's not the best way to live. The Bible talks about us being thankful in all circumstances, you know? So
yeah,
I just like, and this isn't necessarily like a day one, like as I grew in my mental health,
yes,
and in my understanding of scripture and my understanding of who God is, and as I develop personally, I just like, I don't leave her out of that process. So as I became more positive, I'm like, hey, you're coming with me. Like, I'm not gonna, like, you know, I'm not gonna find the fountain of youth and not share it with you. You know what I'm saying? Good. So as I've developed personally with God's help, I'm always just kind of like saying, hey, always trying to make sure that we're growing up together. And she challenges me too, you know, and I've grown a lot just from being with her. I'm very introverted. I can be very passive. She's not passive at all. Like, she's the type of person where, like, if we had a restaurant and they bring out the food and she don't like it, she'll tell them, yo, this ain't really that good. Can y'all either remake this or bring me something else? Whereas me, like, naturally, I'm more the type to, like, I'll eat something that's like a 6 out of 10, like, because I just would rather not have the conflict of like, hey, I don't actually like it. Like, I'll just like eat it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's kind of my natural default.
Yeah.
But she's challenged me, like, no, like, you paid your hard-earned money for it. Like, if you don't like the dish, speak up. And that's just an example, but just to not live like a passive life, you know? So I think as like her strengths, she sharpens me. My strengths, I sharpen her.
That's good. So we're gonna do it on the flip side, right? So what has been like your toughest season in marriage, and how did you work through it? Like what's something that you would like to share that you could help people see that I guess trouble don't last always, as it says, and that you can get through things if you just work it together. So what's something that you could tell us about?
Do you want me to
Miss
go
Tracy?
Yeah. Our most challenging season, I think, was like maybe like 5 months ago.
Okay.
Yeah. We had to live in a place where we did not want to live, and that was just not suitable at all for our family.
Yeah.
And in that time, like, that was really, really rough for us because I was very grumpy and unhappy because we had to live there for a certain period of time. And I was just mad and like, I was grumpy.
Yeah.
That's all I can say. I was mean and like just upset all the time. Like, and I would try to be happy on some days, but yeah.
So how did y'all work through that?
So
How would you say we were?
Yeah, so I would say, so a couple things. It is gonna sound this might sound funny, but it's real though.
Okay.
And I know I keep mentioning it, but the pow pow pow, you know where I'm going. Yeah, the pow pow.
What does that have to do with anything? What are you?
Hold on.
What?
So in that time when we were living, and we were living in it was like a basement apartment. And yeah, Tracy hated it. It was tough, right?
It was dark, and I was just
she hated it.
I can't do this.
Yeah, she
that's because you're saying that's not setting the mood at all. This is not the dark you want.
No.
But the reason why I say that is, I would say if it's like if you're in a tough season, and this is, but don't neglect that. And here's what I mean by that. Like I was still trying to romance her. Okay. Now it was a tough season, and she was very upset a lot of the time, but she wasn't upset every day. No. And on the days when she wasn't upset, or even if she was upset, I was still trying to romance her and trying to get that.
He was, because I got pregnant.
Yeah.
Come on now. Are you pregnant now?
I'm not pregnant now, but I got pregnant when we lived in the basement apartment. I don't know how though. Well, I do know how, but
okay. Yeah, we got pregnant in the basement apartment, which ended up being like a blessing in disguise, I'd say, because when you have a baby on the way, at least like for us, we're like, okay, I'm like, all right, babe, we gotta walk. We got to eat like this. We got to do these exercises.
It's fun for us.
Yeah, it's like fun for like, and it bonds us because I kind of become like her coach because like we do natural birth and like home birth, and so you have to prepare the body for that. And so I'm like, oh, we're pregnant. All right, then we need to do our walking. We need to do this. We need to do that. Let's get smoothies. Let's get so. But I just have to say like don't neglect that. Don't stop doing that, because I think that and sex is not everything. Don't get me wrong. Like sex is not everything in a marriage. But I do think it's you know how like if you go to the if you have like a really bad cough, you're like, oh, something's wrong, right? Yes. I'm not 100% healthy because I have this really bad cough, or I keep having the pain in my back or whatever, right? Yeah. I do think that sex is like it's like a barometer for health in a marriage. Like if that's not happening for extended periods of time, it means that something is wrong.
I mean, you got a sick marriage,
right? It's exactly the marriage is sick. Like that, there's some kind of ailment, and you got to get down to the bottom of it. I think that's one of the first things that goes if a marriage is sick is the sex life. I think it's one of the first things that goes, and so. I was just intentional about, I know we're not in our favorite, I know this isn't like the ideal spot, but I was still like romancing her, making her feel special, and still pursuing that, and still pursuing her like romantically. You know what I'm saying? So we didn't just become like roommates in like this terrible like apartment. It's like, basement thing. Like, it's like, nah, like we're married, we're husband and wife, we're gonna get through it. We prayed like crazy.
I was gonna say that too. We really like got closer with each other and with God too when we were in that really hard situation, because we was praying like crazy. Like I was like, God, like you and my husband, y'all gotta get me out of here, or I'm gonna go crazy.
Man, yeah, and it's like so, and this might sound cliche, but like in a storm, in a challenge for the marriage. There's only two options. There's only two options. You either come closer together or you drift apart. Those are your only, there's no other option. You're going to do one of the two. And so when we were in that time, as mad as she was, we still maneuvered and operated like husband and wife. We still showed love to each other. We still kissed every day. We still like slept in the same bed. It wasn't like, well, man, this situation sucks. I'm gonna just sleep on the couch because your attitude. Like, nah, it was like, nah, you're my wife. I know you're pissed. Like, I get it, but you're still my wife. Don't come cuddle with me.
And he
Yeah.
treated me really well too, like probably even better down there, because he was like, I'm sorry that we're in this situation. You know, I am trying as a husband, and you know, we have fell on hard times, but in that time I was like, okay, like we can go through anything together and still be strong. You know what I'm saying? Like that proved that he loved me and that he was really in this thing for the long run, and I think vice versa.
That's really good. I'm proud of you guys.
Thank
That's,
Oh, thank
you.
you, man.
that's really dope. Because there are people that will quit because it was hard. There are people that will leave because times got hard, as if the vows did not say for better.
Yeah.
So that
Yeah.
you know, and so I understand what you're saying, and so I can also understand why people quit, because what was I reading? It was something like it kind of tells you really what your relationship with Christ is like, right? Because in my mind, when I'm hearing the words that you know, when Paul was talking about, and I want to say it was in Romans, when he was talking about how the race should be ran, right? Trying to get to the finish line. Like the only way you're gonna get to the finish line is if you keep going,
Man.
And so it's given to the one who endures, not the one that stops because it got right. And so that's how I see marriage with the vows and the covenant and things like that. Because if I seen it how the world's seeing it, then what's the point in starting the race in the first place? That's my perspective, right? And so what I've tried to do, one of the things that I do is, and I advise to others, is to have a mentor, someone that has been in the game a minute, somebody that can give you the game. You know, I have a mentor. They've been married like 56 years, something like that. And we meet every Monday morning. And I'm gonna plug this every time I get a chance, because it allows me to come from a different angle. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was married before, however, this marriage is not the before, right? So having that understanding of where I am as a follower of Christ, and then being able to connect that to somebody else that has been through it, and that's been helpful for me as well. So what y'all are saying, those tough times when you say, you know, you're still married, you still friends, you still all of these things. It's just that it's a hard time.
Yeah.
Yes.
And don't you want to go through a hard time by yourself? So where did you get that? Where did you get that from, though, Jacob, to be like, you know what? I still want to do the marriage things and not pull apart. I would rather make sure I date her, that I make sure she's okay every day, that I kiss her. Where'd you get that from?
So
That's a good question.
So we did premarital counseling, which I would definitely recommend if anybody is on the path to marriage, premarital counseling. And we did premarital counseling with a couple who at the time they'd been married for 18 years. But that was, so at this point it'd be 28 years. So, and that whole roommate thing. So that was one of the things that we got from premarital counseling. So this was a husband and wife team that was counseling us. And the wife said that there was a point in their marriage where she kind of had to, not literally, but kind of like, she kind of had to smack her husband upside the head and say, hey, I'm not your roommate. Like, I understand, like, we're running this household together, we're splitting the bills, whatever, right? Like, we're cleaning, whatever. We're running this household, but I am not your roommate. I guess, like, he had just kind of gotten comfortable, and it started to be like a roommate vibe. You know what I'm saying? Like, and if you're not caring, and basically she was just telling us, like, you need to watch out for that. She said, you need to watch out for that in your marriage. Like, if you get up in the morning, like, all right, I'm going to work, you know, and you leave, you come home, like, what's up? Sit on the couch, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, and then it's like, it's nighttime, y'all both on separate phones, watching separate videos, not engaging. You go get in the bed. All right, good night.
I
Yeah.
think that did happen to us in the beginning of our marriage for a short period of time.
It did happen for a short period of time. She smacked me upside the head and said, "I'm not your roommate." And so basically, when that time came, like when the really hard time came, those words from the premarital counseling from all those years ago, like I heard them, like, she's not your roommate. Like, you need to make sure that this is operating like a marriage in this tough time. Don't go to the roommate space because it's hard, because it's easy to go there and that's bad for the marriage.
And I wrote him a diss track.
Whoa. Like
That has nothing to do with the hard time.
You didn't want me to write you another one, so
Yeah, she
like
did.
it was, you recited it to him or you let him read it?
What did I do?
She let me read it. Yeah, she did. She
Okay,
didn't
because that boy.
Yeah, I'm
Listen.
like, that would have been wild. If she would have been like, "Hey, I wrote something for you. Come here, sit down."
Listen, those are two different
Hard,
things. That's
Yeah.
two different things. There was somebody that said, listen, he said, you know how a lot of people can avoid fights is if they write to each other what's going on in their mind.
Oh.
I haven't tried it, because sometimes I just didn't remember it until we're talking about it now. But he said that could help. It was a TED talk, I want to say. Write down what it is that you want to say. Of course, the other person is not hearing inflections unless they create them, right? And so that was a bit of a nugget that I wish I would try more often. But thank you for reminding me of that. I'm not gonna be able to do no diss track. Now I can't. Now I could. Say I used to rap a little bit in my day, but like I don't know. I don't think women. This is my personal opinion. I don't think women receive it the same.
No, not at all. No, I would be like, what? The only reason I did that was because at the time he was a Christian rapper. And I was like, oh, okay. I know how to get through to him. I'm gonna write him a diss track rap.
Come on.
It's so corny. It's so corny now that I think back. Like, why did I do that? But
do you remember any of the bars?
Huh?
Do you remember any of the bars?
No, I don't. I just remember I went hard though on him.
Because she's representing. This was like year one. This was like year one of marriage. Yeah, I was rapping at the time, but this was like year one. She wrote me a diss track. I read it, and I was like, all right.
Did you start critiquing her flow?
Huh?
Did you start critiquing her flow? I
didn't critique the song. I was like, that's only going to get me in hotter water if I'm like, you know what? Actually, this is garbage. Let's walk through why this doesn't work.
My bars was probably trash, but I tried to really diss it.
It was the thought that counted. But,
yeah, I used to rap as well.
That's what's up.
Maybe 10 years, something like 10 years ago.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, for sure. Was you in a group or something?
So I was in a couple different groups, and then I was in a couple different groups. I was never really solo, and then we kind of had like a label, it wasn't really a label, but we functioned like a label.
Where you located?
We're in Colorado. We're in Denver, Colorado, Aurora, Colorado.
Okay, that's what's up. I'm here in Dallas. And the group that I was in, we had opened up. That's crazy. I was talking about this today. Like we had opened up for Lecrae. He was suggesting us to people.
Oh shoot!
Oh, that's cool.
When we was doing our thing, and now we've gone our separate ways. And I do what I do, but they're pretty popular right now in the Christian apparel. It's called Art of Homage. So, have you ever seen Yahweh shirts? And that's them.
Okay, wow, that's we
that's awesome. That's cool.
That's dope, man. Especially opening from the Krabby. That's
he was definitely he was cool. We did a little Bible study before we went out on stage. And it was just that time of life was really good for me. That's when I got really close to God, because I was the one that had to preach the word. Because we would do a concert, like we would do a whole set, similar to what some of the good people do, I would say, So that was part of my bad, I would say my previous, years or whatnot. So yeah. So yeah, when you said you wrote a diss track, my question was going to be like, was that his love language? Like that was really what I was going to ask. And you said yeah, because they connected to him, and you got the point across. So that's
Yeah.
really good. There have been questions that I was going to ask y'all, but y'all answered some of them. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, cool.
But it's dope because that means I don't have to ask the question, right?
We'll take
So
that.
I think it was something that y'all had talked about. I can't remember. I was consuming a lot of content, but how do y'all on a daily basis, or weekly basis, have habits that keep your marriage strong? So, what are some daily or weekly habits that help you keep your marriage strong?
Oh, there's a ton.
Other than the pow-pow. Other than the pow-pow. Give me a little bit more, Jake.
Right.
Everybody knows him as the pow 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 man now.
Yeah, you take that from Batman. Like people not gonna see it. Bruh.
Pow! Yeah,
we walk up to people and they're like pow pow pow. I'm like, oh my god.
Exactly. So what would you say, Miss Tracy?
I would say,
oh, Jacob, go ahead.
Oh no, no, go ahead. Yeah, start with Tracy. Go ahead.
Say your question one more time, please.
What daily or weekly habits have you kept that has kept your marriage strong?
I would say for me, like just communicating daily. Just we always are always talking. Like that's something that's really important to me because I like to know what's going on and I want him to know what's going on with me and the kids because I stay at home with our kids. So just our communication is very, very, very strong, I would say. Like there's not a lot that we like hide or keep from each other. We're pretty open and honest with each other. And I really like that about our marriage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jacob.
Yeah. That's huge. I mean, the communication is huge. Like I would say that's probably worth three things right there. Like we talk every day. Like every day. We just talk. Like we just talk. We talk a lot.
How are you doing? How was your day? How do you feel about this that happened, or what the kids learned? Just everything. Like we have like a 2-hour conversation.
We talk.
Do y'all homeschool?
Yes.
I heard that. I knew that's what you was talking about. We used to homeschool. Before my late wife passed away, we homeschooled. So that was something that I would have to come home and listen to and understand too. So shout out to y'all, man. Y'all
oh man, yeah.
Thank you. Man. Yeah. How long did you guys homeschool for?
We had homeschool for 5 years.
Oh wow.
5 years, and then our oldest is 16. So we started when she was coming out of the second grade, right? So we homeschooled her third grade, and then our next one, Joshua, he was homeschooled in the first, and then Ethan she didn't get to homeschool him. Yes, she did. I think it was for him until the second grade, and then she passed away. And then I homeschooled that whole year after she passed away, and that was very challenging trying to do those things, obviously. And then Gianna, she stayed homeschooling until going into her freshman year of high school, and the younger ones went into public school. So because I had to go back to work, I was working, but I had to go back to a brick and mortar, if you will.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah. So we're trying to. Well, the goal is to get Joshua to homeschool because he needs it most. Not like he's not a smart kid, but your children. He needs it just so that he can get back on the pace of graduating, right? This preferably this never happened to y'all, but then what happens in Texas in the public school is if you were homeschooled, you have to take their state test, and if you don't do well on it, they'll put you in that particular grade. Like Joshua had to take 5th grade twice, even though in homeschool he was an A student. But he hadn't seen what was on the state test before. So that was that. And so now we're at the point of like, what I'm saying, we're gonna homeschool him, and everybody else is probably gonna stay where they are because they're all on the same campus, and it's you have issues with all schools, but this one has a biblical approach.
Nice.
Nice.
Charter school, so we at least had that,
Nice.
And so back on track, but I guess that was a part of the track.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
So how do you balance personal growth and growing together? Because I know y'all talk every day, but at the same time, we all know that there has to be some me time, like, And so how do y'all balance the me time versus us?
Do you want to
Yeah,
talk about the
I can.
Sunday thing?
So we do this rotation where it's on Sundays. So we call it like Daddy Sunday. So I have a Sunday where like she is with the kids. I go do whatever. I can go hang out with some friends, whatever. And then it'll be her Sunday. And then the next Sunday will be our Sunday where we get a babysitter and we go out on a date. And we just rotate like that. So I have my time, she has her time, we have our time. We just kind of keep rotating like that. So we do that. So that's like a once a month thing. And then
you get you time in the morning time.
Yeah.
You wake up really early.
Yeah. So I get up before everybody. I get up anywhere between, I'm typically trying to get up at 5 a.m. We've been going to bed a little bit later the last couple of days, so I haven't been able to do it. But I'm still up before the fam. So I get up before the fam, and I'm typically working. I'm typically writing. But that's like my time with just me and God, and so. And then I've been trying to get her on getting up.
I don't
earlier because I'm like, get up before them little monsters get up, man. If you get up before them, you can, have some.
I don't have a lot of me time. Like maybe, I don't have a lot of me time on those Sundays. I'm usually with my kids and with him.
This has been a stay-at-home mom for sure.
Yeah, because she's a stay-at-home mom. So it's we do try to, and this is one of those things where we talk about daily and weekly things that keep the marriage tight. We do really try to be intentional about like putting the kids to bed before we go to bed. Like put them to bed, and then we have like 2 hours to kick it.
Okay.
So if we put them to bed and then we kick it for 2 hours, we try to do that every night. We try to do that every single night. Just have time with me and her. So I would say, Tracy really doesn't like
at nighttime. Sometimes like at night when everybody's asleep, like I work on our reels that you see.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'll work on our reels and I'll just be on my phone scrolling, or I'll read scripture. Like it's funny, like I used to wake up early and he used to go to sleep late, but now it's like switch. I go to sleep late and he wakes up early. So
that's very true.
I do get a little bit of time at nighttime after like he goes to bed by myself.
Well, I appreciate y'all letting me be a part of the hour. You know what I'm saying?
No problem.
Yeah, no problem.
This has been phenomenal. And for me, I tell my people, what I've tried to do in the house, I wish I would have done it sooner. Try to have family meeting. Let people say what it is that's on their mind without any consequences, things of that nature. I just did that 2 weeks ago. They seem to have an appreciation for it. But I would say the other part is that as far as personal growth, my wife allowed me to make one of these rooms my office. So that's where I get to kind of come at and just chill. Like when I come home, I may take about a 20, 30-minute nap or something before I go hang out with everybody. And then I don't really have a lot of friends, you know what I'm saying? So, but I have one that we can hang out every now and then. But then when we were in church, we would still go to church, but we did couples, right? And so we would meet with these couples that have Bible study, and that allowed us to kind of connect with people that were working on their marriage. So much we had got connected to with this one group who was over one couple that was over it, and we ended up going to Greece this past summer.
Oh, dope!
Oh, wow.
Okay,
that's awesome.
That's dope.
Yeah, and so we went with 2 other couples, and so that was another way of growth together. And I'm always in my word, but I don't study it like I used to. that makes sense. Like I read, but when I get the time, and I wake up before everybody else too, you know, and so I need to get back to the gym. But for me, my personal growth is going to the gym, playing basketball, and then when I get home, her personal time, she's off on Mondays and Sundays because she's a beautician.
Okay.
So she's able to kind of make her own schedule. And so Sundays and Mondays, or Monday for sure, is typical her day. So I definitely challenge everybody to make time for yourself as well as make time for each other, because that's one of the tricks of the enemy, right? Get you idle and that y'all don't ever connect, right? So that's I like the advice that y'all gave, you know, and for anybody out there in the DFW area, make sure you holler at your boy if you want to buy or sell a house, right? Because I'll take care of you. And before we go, what would you say to couples who feel like giving up?
I'll let you go. That's
that's deep. That's heavy. One more. I want to add one more thing to the daily, weekly. We kiss every day, and I know that might seem like small, but I heard this study that men who kiss their wives every day live longer and make more money. So,
so it's for selfish reasons. Okay. It sounds like what you said. but if that what works, I'm not opposed to it. Sounds good.
Right, I never thought about it that way. That's actually a good way to think about it.
But if I live longer and make more money, that's a benefit to you. That's good for you.
That is true. It is a benefit. That's one way to spin it.
But a couple who's like, thinking about giving up. I would say, think about your vows. Remember your vows, like in riches or for poor, in sickness and in health. Like those vows are said. And I know people make their own vows, but like the standard vows, those are said because marriage is a lifelong commitment that you make before God. So, basically, tough times are not like, they don't last always, but they're also not a justification for you to not honor the marriage.
Say it again. Say it with your chest.
Tough times are not a justification for you to not honor your marriage. You still got to honor your marriage in the tough times. That's why the vows are written the way they are. It's not just for rich and for health. Like if everything's good, then hey, it's like, no, like if you committed to this person before God, then you're committed, period. Like you're committed. So I would say that. I would also say, it's so important to connect with a strong couple who has kept their vows. So like, go find a couple, like you were saying, go find a couple that's been married for 40 years, 20 years, 10 years. I mean, shoot, 5 years. If you've been married for 2 years and you're like, man, we think about throwing in the towel, go talk to a couple that's been married for 5 years, a strong couple. Don't go talk to that couple that, they be acting all crazy in public and stuff. Don't talk to them, but go talk to a strong couple that's been married for a while and has kept their vows and ask them how. Ask them how, because typically they'll tell you, it's not all Skittles and honey buns all the time. Like it's just not. It's not always sweet. But I mean, like, what is always sweet? It's like your job's not always sweet. Your career's not always sweet. Like nothing in life, until we go to heaven, nothing in life is just great all the time. So it's like, go talk to some other couples and they'll probably reiterate to you, like, when it's sour, you still need to stay. You still need to honor God, and you're going to be that much stronger. And I can say it's sweeter on the other side. Like when you can make it through the sour times, it's that much sweeter on the other side.
That's really good. What you got, Trace? I don't know if you're going to be able to top it, but you can try.
That was good.
That was good. Listen.
That was really good.
Go with Skittles and honey buns like this. That was really good, bro. What you
Oh
got,
man,
Trey?
thank you, man. Praise God. Man.
I would say two things. I would say for that couple, if they're like struggling to keep their marriage together or they're thinking about separating, I would say remember why you guys got married in like the first place.
Okay.
Because I feel like sometimes people can forget, like, you know, like why did I marry this person? Oh, they were fun. They made me laugh. They were sweet. And then to add to that, like, go and have fun. Go do something fun together, you know, because life can get crazy, especially if you have kids. But I would tell them go on a date and just go have fun. Just try to have as much fun as you can so that you could just remember why you love each other. Go out and go laugh. Go to a comedy show. Go golfing. Go swimming if she likes swimming, or bowling, whatever, you know, just try to have fun with that person so that you can bring up those memories of, this person used to make me laugh, you know, and I love this person.
Yeah,
that's really
so
good.
that does not top what he said because that was fire, but that's just something that just came to my mind.
But it does go together. Yeah.
Yeah. And if I could piggyback off of what she said and give like a real world example. So there was 2 tough seasons in our lives. And there in one tough season, we had come across a little bit of money and we went to Great Wolf Lodge, which I don't know if y'all have that in Texas.
Yeah, we do.
Oh, you do? Okay, yeah. So you know about it. Yeah. So indoor water park thing. So like we went there for a few days. Like, and we were in the midst of a trial. And we were like, you know what? We came across some money. Honestly, there's a little credit cards mixed in, you know, but we were like, hey, need to get away. Let's just take the kids. Let's just go for a few days to this place. And it was like rejuvenating.
It was.
And then there was another time when we were in the
in the
it was
apartment.
Yeah, So another tough time. Again, we had a little bit of extra money. And we went to this arcade place called Main Event. It's out here.
Yeah, we got that.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah, you know about that too? Okay, cool. Yeah, so we went to Main Event, and there was literally like a 2-week time span. We was going to Main Event like every other day. Like, it was like,
yeah.
It was like we needed it. Like we were in a really rough season, a rough patch. We had some extra money, and it was like, yo. And this was not like she would be like, hey babe, you trying to go to Main Event tonight? I'm like, yeah. Like we're going through a rough time. Like, yeah, let's go. Man. Let's go to Main Event. So just to piggyback off what she's saying, like, yeah, like go have fun, man. Like when you're in that rough season, it might sound counterintuitive, but yeah, like go have some fun and enjoy each other, and it'll remind you, like, oh, I don't hate this person. They're actually pretty dope. You know, like go out and have some fun.
That's really good, man. The reason why it was so impressive is that you got away from sex. And so that was you did very, very good. See what happens when you have to think outside the box.
Gotta think outside the box sometimes.
Yeah. But this has been good. Hey, where can people find you all?
Babe, I'll let you.
On Instagram. Okay, on Instagram at Hayward Hype.
And TikTok and YouTube.
TikTok and YouTube. Yep.
Yeah, those are the 3 socials. Hayward Hype, HAYWARD, and then HYPE, Hayward Hype.
That's what's up. This has been phenomenal, man. I really appreciate the time, you know. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe to my channel, their channel. Until next time, we out here. Deuces.
Hey.
The boy is dangerous.
Bad feeling about this.
You don't seem to understand something.
The thing that I like most about being a dad is that I see that I'm about to impact the world.